What's up, guys? Got another review today, and I gotta make it quick because I'm almost out of battery. I've got a Signal Jayco Freedom Machine, and it's a friggin' board of the century. I finally tested one out, and I really liked it. Actually, I didn't test one out, I just bought one because I didn't have a board, and I'm super stoked I did. They're a little spendy because they're a small company out of the United States. And yeah, just real quick, I'm gonna frickin' explain this wonderful, best board I've ever ridden. Right off the bat, this is a flat. They also make it in a camber, which is sick, because you can frickin' pick your poison. You know, if you're into flat, get it. If you're into camber, get it. Yeah, this is the flat. I love them flats. And yeah, immediately it's like a crazy nice base, centered, fast, as you know. And yeah, not only is it fast, but it takes a beating. I've hit stairs on this thing, a rock right there, and it doesn't go in too deep. Like as you progress and try new boards, you'll notice like base strength differences, and this one's got a strong base and a fast one at that. Moving on. Very thin board. When you first pick this board up, it's the first thing you'll notice. You'll be like, damn, like this thing's like twice as thin as every other board, and it's just nuts. Like, it doesn't feel right when you pick it up. It feels like you picked up a piece of paper with bindings on it, and it's crazy light because it's crazy thin. So yeah. But what they did with this crazy thin sword is beefed up under here, making it fast. Making it not fast, but making it stable at speeds. I think I've hit 60 on this pup, and it does very well at 60 miles an hour. Yeah, super, this really does, it's not crazy thick, but it goes from about here to here is the little bit of a thicker part. And yeah, it definitely helps stability of the board. Stability. Another thing, the flex. You'd think, you know, Danimals, Jayco, you know, they're riding crazy stuff in the street, so you'd think they'd want a soft board for their nuts presses through quadruple kinks. You give her a flex test, I'll give you a couple. There's a single, you're probably processing the flex, I'll give you another to process. There's another, I'll give you another. Alright, you just processed 3 flex tests. You're probably thinking, you know, that looks pretty flexible. That looks decent. Now I'm going to explain to you through my mind's eye, because I've ridden this sword. Okay, you take her out for the first day, and you're like, damn, I want to go into the park. I'm going to press this sword, because I've never pressed this sword before. So what you do is you nose press and or tail press, if you're into that. I gave her a nose press. I liked it. It pressed very easily. I gave her a tail press. I liked it. Pressed real easy. Popped out great. Gave her some ollies. Fantastic ollie pop. Fantastic. Okay, going into the next, I take her out of the park. I've done some presses. I've felt her up. And I start to notice that this board isn't just a park board. It's an everything board. It freaking handled everything. I immediately noticed that this wasn't just a flexible board when I did a tripod, because here, as you notice, it's a brick. It's just a solid rock of a board here. It's like, it's stiff here. I'm not saying it's crazy stiff, but it stiffens up here. And what that does is it makes takeoffs on jumps, you know, bigger jumps. You'll notice that the takeoff on a jump is really smooth, and it's not, you're not like washing off the jump. And when you add a stiffer nose, a thick in between underneath the binders, making it stability, and then frickin' a soft core, you get a board that flexes here, a board that holds up really well here, you know, in and out of the frickin', you know, all mountain business is what I'm talking, and then holds up here with speed. So you have a board, a platter of a sword that just knows what it's doing. It holds up super well in the park, you know, presses, board slides, anything you want to do. Hardway 450 on if you're into that, and then you take her out of the park, and it holds up really well in the mountains, you know, dropping cliffs or just hauling ass. So the last thing I'd like to talk about this board is something Signal doesn't talk about, and that is this top sheet right here. Now, Signal might just call it a top sheet, but I'm going to call it a stomp pad that's made of top sheet materials. Now, Signal makes 2 top sheets. They make a glossy top sheet like most companies, and they make a matte top sheet, which is this one. I got it because it's got a scarecrow, but moving on. This is matte, as you can tell, and it doesn't feel like any other top sheet. I love doing 1-footers. I think they're fun. And the minute I got this board, I threw on crab grabs, and then I started putting my tootsies, my feet, all over the board, and I was like, damn, son, this thing frickin', it's grippy. And I started to realize, like, you don't need any more crab grabs. Like, this board could almost be without stomp pads at all, and you'd be fine. And I realized that this was the board that I was meant to ride. Like, this is like the sickest board I've ever ridden. It handles everything. All mountain business, park business, speed business, and 1-footed business. That's 4 businesses all in one. It's business is what this is. But Signal doesn't get that much business, I don't think. Or at least they don't here. There's no shops that carry these guys because they're a small little company, but they're pumping out some genuine wood with P-Tex on the bottom. And they're making good swords, so please check them out. That's all I have for you today. Signal, Jayco-E, Freedom Machine. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, click the like button, throw me a comment, it brightens my day up, I'll try and reply. Throw me some ideas for other videos. And yeah, please subscribe, it helps a ton. You have no idea how much it helps. Like, if you throw me a subscription, I'm always like, I see it and I'm like, yes! Like, I'm just stoked. Stoked on each and every one. I got 112 right now, I'm freaking amped. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching, really appreciate it. Hope I made you guys laugh in some sort of way, and do check out this board. It's doper than the dope.